Hey guys, Fletch the Football Observer here, and today's video is yet another transfer talking video. We've got a lot to get into today, so without further ado, let's get into this. We're going to begin with some breaking news, and this is news that has broken during the making of this video, and it concerns one Harry Maguire. The Harry Maguire saga continues on in this transfer window, and basically I'll just round it up for you. We have talked about it in another video, but I'll round it up for you anyway. Basically, Manchester United and Manchester City have been rumoured to be interested in Maguire and have been involved in a tug-of-war of sorts over obtaining his services. Now, Maguire himself is said to not be trying to force a move out of Leicester, or he has no intention of forcing a move out of Leicester. He's just very much happy to go along with whatever the club decide to do. And what the club decided to do are they're very happy to keep him, but if a fee does come in for the centre back that they really can't ignore, then they will reluctantly let him go. And the fee that Leicester are looking to hold out for him for is believed to take over and break the world record fee set for a defender, which currently stands at the £75 million mark that Liverpool signed Virgil van Dijk for last year. But the reports coming out today suggest that Manchester United have increased their bid for the 26-year-old centre-back to £70 million, going ahead of their noisy neighbours Manchester City in the race to sign him. We of course both know that both sides are looking to sign centre-backs in particular this transfer window in order to increase and strengthen their squad ahead of the forthcoming season. But the reports coming out today suggest that United have moved ahead of Manchester City in the race to sign Harry Maguire, as we wait to see what the response is from Leicester. Sticking with Manchester United for our next story, it brings us to their striker Marcus Rashford, and yesterday it was announced by United themselves that Rashford has signed a contract extension with the club. The 21-year-old has signed a 4-year contract extension with United, and it's said that he'll be earning somewhere in the region of 200k a week, which even at his young age would make him one of United's top earners at the club. He made 47 appearances last season for United in all competitions, scoring 13 goals and assisting 9 times. Our next item on the agenda brings us to a story that broke last night, and it concerns Arsenal's pursuit of one Wilfried Zaha. Now, apparently the Gunners have made an opening bid to Crystal Palace for the winger, and it's starting at a rumoured fee believed to be in the region of £40 million. Now, Zaha has been linked with a move away from Crystal Palace for some time now, ever since it broke earlier in the transfer window that he announced to the club that he wants to leave Palace, and ever since rumours and speculation have been circling around the 26-year-old, and the common thread in all of them is that Arsenal have been the club to be rumoured to be interested in taking on his signature. Now, the only stumbling block here for Arsenal is that Palace are believed to be holding out for a fee of between 80 and 100 million pounds for the 26-year-old. I say it's a stumbling block because, as we all know, we've all read the reports and stuff that Arsenal seem to have a very limited budget going into this transfer window, and of course it seems that the Zaha deal, whether it goes for 40 million or anything above, will take out a massive chunk of that budget, if it is obviously to be believed that that is the rumoured budget that the Gunners have to spend in this window. Palace, though, they probably priced him at that due to just losing Aaron Wan-Bissaka for 50 million to Manchester United, so that's another big player gone. But they also have probably priced him at that because obviously Zaha is a massive reason as to why Palace have stayed within the Premier League for the past few seasons. He's been a star player for them, always been raved about since his return to Crystal Palace. He's quick, possesses a lot of speed, he's adding goals to his game now, and he's very versatile. He can play anywhere across the forward line, and I'm sure those are the kind of qualities that Arsenal and Arsenal fans especially will be looking forward to hopefully seeing at the Emirates next season, should they get this deal over the line. And of course also the prospect of linking up with the likes of Alexander Lacazette and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang are also something that they're looking forward to as well, should this deal obviously go through. But of course for Palace fans it's entirely the opposite. They'll be hopefully looking to keep him, keeping their star player, and looking to once again survive in the Premier League for another season. Is he a top priority for Arsenal? I don't believe he is. It's a question that a lot of people have been asking. I don't believe he's a top priority for Arsenal. I think obviously they have more defensive issues that they need to worry about and focus on, and maybe use that money to strengthen in that department. But of course, if they can get this deal over the line, it will be a massive addition to Arsenal, a great addition to Arsenal nonetheless. And if they can shift some players out, get some more money in for a more of a defensive boost in personnel and quality, then of course it will be a decent summer transfer window for the Gunners if they can get several more deals, particularly in defence, over the line. Zaha made 34 appearances in the Premier League for Crystal Palace last season, scoring and assisting 10 times each. But we wait to see if Arsenal and Crystal Palace can come to a negotiated deal for the 26-year-old known as Wilfried Zaha. Our next story takes us to Stamford Bridge and Chelsea, and whilst they may not have a manager set in stone yet, they have made a signing in Mateo Kovacic on a permanent deal from Real Madrid. Now I know what you're thinking, Chelsea have a transfer ban, how can this happen? Well, because Chelsea had signed Kovacic on loan last season, the Croatian was therefore registered with the Blues through to the end of the season that has just gone, and because of that the deal was able to go through as a permanent one, which Chelsea have took full advantage of. The reported fee is said to be around £40 million paid for the Croatian, and he's said to have signed a 5-year deal. The 25-year-old made 51 appearances for the Blues in all competitions last season, in a season that also included the Blues going on to finish third and also go on to lift the Europa League trophy. In our penultimate story, we come to Southampton, who yesterday confirmed the permanent signing of Danny Ings from Liverpool. Ings played for Southampton last season on loan from the Reds, and part of the negotiated loan deal that was struck between the two clubs last year was also set up to include the Saints permanently signing the English striker on July the 1st, which of course, as we now know, has happened. The deal is said to be £20 million, with £18 million being thrown up front and £2 million set to be added on in add-ons. Ings scored 8 goals for the Saints in 24 appearances last season. And in our final story, we're sticking with Southampton, who confirmed another signing yesterday along with Danny Ings in Birmingham City's Che Adams. The fee is believed to be around £50 million for the striker, who is allegedly signed on a 5-year deal. Adams scored 22 goals in the Championship last season for Birmingham, who finished 17th in that division. And when you look at it, signing two strikers, both deals seem to signal that Southampton are preparing for the likes of Charlie Austin and Shay Long to be departing the club this summer, which has been heavily rumoured to be doing so. And bringing in these two strikers is really setting up Ralph Hasenhüttl's version and vision for Southampton going forward. And that wraps up this latest episode of Transfer Talk. Guys, if you have any thoughts or opinions on any of the stories that I've talked about, then feel free to put them in the comments section down below. I look forward to reading them all. Otherwise, hit that like button on the way out if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you're new and want to see more content like this, then both things will be greatly appreciated. And as always, thank you all so much for watching and listening. I've been Fletch, the Football Observer. This has been another Transfer Talking episode, and I will see and speak with you all again soon in another video.